Hey guys, what's up? Lennox here. We are going to do a little bit of a pre-storm, kind of post-storm update for you. I had a couple of comments on the short that I did the other day before the nor'easter rolled in here. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on how the boat's doing after I tied it up, what's going on here at the marina, and what conditions are like kind of in the Bay Area, Ocean City. So let's get to it, man. All right, the update on conditions is the wind is way less than it was last night. The wind was absolutely honking last night. I'm sure we had some gusts over 40 miles an hour at the house. You can see we had some flooding here at the marina. What happens is the wave action from the northeast kind of blows all this, floats them up here, these reeds and things that are on the dock. No big deal though. You can see the dock kind of bowing back and forth. It's a floating dock here at our marina, and that's really convenient. Doesn't look like there was any damage on the surface. And like I say, the wind is actually switching now. So we're getting a little bit more of a north wind, northwest, than we were with the northeast. That's why this looks nice and calm right here. You can barely see Ocean City over there in the background. There it is through the foggy, hazy, kind of misty sky. A little flooding in downtown Ocean City. Ocean City inlet parking lot had some flooding on the high tide cycles. Probably will again this afternoon around 2 o'clock. But other than that, a couple of trees down, a little bit of minor flooding. Basically in the low-lying areas like we usually see, and some debris around. But let's go check on the boat. All right, there she is, the Fishing OC Deadly Tackle Carolina Skiff. And my thought is the only thing I'm going to have to do is probably flip the bilge pump on, because sometimes in these storms the bilge pump comes on and off so much that it'll sometimes get a little bit of debris in the float switch, and I'll probably just have to pump her out a little bit. But other than that, looks fine. Lines are still tight. Polyball front of the boat is still where I left it. This polyball where I left it. Nothing on the rub rail here. Yeah, as expected, a little bit of water in her, so let's just give her a pump out, and otherwise it looks great. Line's tight to the starboard side, line tight to the port side. Gotta clean that mildew up. Damn, that happened fast. Let's get this water out of her. All right, there we go, man. Pumping her out. Like I say, these Carolina skiffs are infamous for the water coming real slowly to the back of the boat. And if you get any kind of debris in your float switch, like I've had happen here multiple occasions, like minnow guts, grass, weeds, old piece of braid, anything like that gets in that float switch, it'll jam her up a little bit. So it's always good to check on your boat if you have that issue like I do. I had the engine down for the duration of the wind. All good there. So that's basically it, man. Pump this thing out and it's gonna be good to go. All right, man, while this boat's pumping out, I'm getting rid of this mildew. That is nasty. At this time of year, it happens pretty quick if you don't use the boat a lot. It's basically just from stagnant air sitting down here, and your deck is not the cleanest because you've been fishing. So now I'm gonna get rid of this, and bam, there you go. Still got some left over. Better Boat mildew stain remover. Works great on these cushions. Cushions aren't a problem, but I'm just gonna, look, I already a little squirt there on the side of the boat. It's already just kind of running away. I'm gonna put a soft brush on that real quick, but I just sprayed a couple of squirts on there. It's already disappearing, so I'm gonna go down the rail here and get rid of it. And that bilge pump is slowing down as we speak. All right, that's better. That stuff works, man. Better Boat mildew stain remover. I'll put a link down in the description because I get questions about this stuff all the time. So link in the description for the mildew stain remover. You can see where I stopped. You literally just put that stuff on the mist spray it on there, and hose it off. If you want to get into it with a brush and stuff, even better. But you can see where I stopped. I'll get that later, but that's way better. That was bugging me. Right there was the real nasty section. That's where the minnow bucket hangs, and that's a popular spot where we throw our sheep's head and stuff. But mildew stain remover, got it off. All right, tuck this thing up, put her away. All right, check it out. I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm gonna put a little squirt on this, give it a minute, and we'll see how it looks in a second, but I didn't notice this before. fall in Ocean City, man, start getting that mildew if you don't clean your boat on a regular basis, which I don't. Go to work. There we go. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Just a light brush. Let that stuff sit on there for about 2 minutes. All those black dots, most of those black dots are gone. Get the kibosh when the weather gets a little bit better. But all right, we get the rest of the water out of this boat. Check that float switch real quick. I'm out of here. All right, mildew's cleaned up a little bit. Not embarrassing anymore. Water's pumped out of the boat. Last test is to stand back here and let this float switch kick on. Make sure and on cue. All right, that means that my float switch now is working properly. Bilge pump is working properly. Now I can leave that switch turned on to automatic, so as the float switch gets high enough, the boat will pump out. Give her a little spray, check her one more time. The water in this boat comes back to the bilge very, very slowly because of the flatness of the deck. So you got to give it a couple minutes for it to run back there. I'll give it a little help, spray it right in the air it goes. All right, good to go. Thank you, Carolina Skiff. All right, guys, there you go. Carolina Skiff, all safe and sound. I wasn't too worried about it. You know, the wind out of the northeast pushes this boat away from the dock here. We're on floating docks too, so not really a big deal. A couple of bumpers, tie an extra line on there, and all good. But I did know that sometimes my float switch will clog up, which it did this time, so I figured I might have to pump the boat out. Got that done too. Check that float switch. It's good to go now too, so I don't need to worry about the boat filling up and sinking or anything like that. Got a little bit of that mildew off the side and off the seat. So we're good to go, ready for the fishing that's coming up as soon as this nor'easter finally gets out of the way. But not a really big deal. We had some flooding downtown Ocean City, a little flooding in Ocean Pines around some of the low-lying areas, a couple of trees down here, but mainly just leaves and debris around. Not a terrible storm, so thankfully that was the case. And we got plenty of fishing left to do. Still sheep's head at the South Jetty. Stripers and bluefish are at that Route 50 bridge. A couple of flounders still around. Sea bass season to open back up. Perfect. So we got plenty of fishing left to do before the end of the season. Thank you guys for being with us along the way. Peace.